What's going on? Welcome back. And then I started off one of my videos about fat chicks not being able to take dick, something like that. And I was supposed to get back to that and I never really did. So I figured today would be a good day to talk about it. First, we're going to start with a public service announcement. That's not really true. And not to say that you should just be running around violating chicks because that's not cute, okay? So we should be having conversation with people. We should be getting to know them and understanding what they like. And the truth of the matter is that we are built to pass a child, right? So that means that there's things that can happen, make us a little bit more comfortable, but it's about what you're doing. But in respects to a fat chick taking dick, it's kind of like, why is this the topic? Who came up with that concept? And then I thought about it and I was like, well, Sarah, you've been down this road before, so let's delve into it. It's really just about perception. Think about it like this. Have you ever seen a chick eat chicken wings? Like, did you notice that people post, like, if you eat your chicken more than this, then you're a savage, blah, blah, blah? Because there's this connotation, there's this idea that you're some sort of a savage if you take too much. See where I'm going with this? So it's not about the fact that we can't take. It's like I can't really eat how I eat in front of you because you're gonna judge me. But that's what it all comes down to. It's about feeling comfortable. It's about being able to be completely vulnerable and melted in your space. For us to say, like, you know what? I'm gonna eat this chicken and it's thick, right? So that's that's what it is. It's not that we can't take it. It's that it's a part of looking cute because what happens is that when you're a larger built woman, right? People handle you without care. They handle you. And it's like, I don't want you to handle me. So we get extra dainty. Like, oh my goodness, no, it's too much. And it's like, it's not. I just really don't want you trying to toss me around because that's not fun. You're just making me uncomfortable. And it's hard for us to say stuff like that. So I did something a while back where I talked about what is intimacy to me. And intimacy to me coincides with being able to be vulnerable and being comfortable. And oftentimes, that's lost in physical perceptions. That's lost in people not communicating. So I understand why that mistake was made because we're going forward and acting in a perception rather than acting within ourselves. So we end up in these spaces where we're trying to make sense of things or trying to have the best kind of time without being judged or seen a certain kind of way. So yeah, just to let you know, we was being cute. It's not that serious, right? So in light of talking about intimacy and comfort, there is an important aspect of yourself that you have to be comfortable with so that you can communicate that to whomever your partner is, right? So have you ever seen a guy drive a car at 60 miles per hour in the pitch black? Probably not. And if he did, he probably made a mess of things. Have you ever seen anybody try to do something that they absolutely have no idea what to do and then they can't even see what they're doing in the process? Don't let somebody come into your space completely blindfolded. And I feel like this is an important part to discuss because it's not just about the sex. Like I've had plenty of conversation with plenty of women that have shared themselves with people. And I literally had a girl tell me once, I think this one made me come. And I said, oh, nah, baby, you making a mistake. Because if you thinking, that means it didn't happen. Because you know. And when I talked to her, and I talked to several people, it's like, well, do you ever tell them what it is that you want, what it is that you like, what it is that makes you feel good? And they like, no, you kind of like, and I'm like, well, what's the point? So you share yourself with people, and like any other relationship, right? Think about when you have a spousal relationship or, a friendship. All of these relationships, your most deep and sincere relationships have a series of dynamics that are satisfied in that relationship. And when I say that, I mean that there's so many aspects of ourself that exist that oftentimes we neglect depending on who we're talking to. So, for instance, spouses, we hold them responsible for our emotional happiness. And in some cases, they may be responsible for our financial stability. In other cases, they may be responsible for our validation and different things like that, our ego and what have you. If you expect somebody to respect you in all of these different senses, then it should be something that you know for yourself. And not that you should just invite anybody in to help you figure that out, that you should know prior to creating these dynamics in these relationships. So we will have friends that, oh, I talk to this friend when I'm talking about these things, and I have this friend when I'm talking about these things, and I have this person for when I'm talking about these things, because there's so many different components of yourself that must be satisfied. But most importantly, prior to getting to all these different friends, prior to getting to all these different relationships, do you completely understand what it is about you that attracts that person or makes that person satisfactory in your life? So we have an emotional, a spiritual, a physical, a financial. There's so many different things, but we don't understand it on a personal level before we get into these dynamics where we're expecting other people to understand it and share it with us. So it's not about us not being able to take it. It's about how comfortable we are to share ourselves with you and tell you, like, listen, that's too much. Or no, 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 that's it right there. Because that is what makes the difference. That's what gives value and depth and breadth to a relationship. So, back to taking stuff. Young men and young ladies, because, it's a lot of tricks and stuff. I ain't that good, but I heard a story or two. When you are sharing your space and time with someone, get to know them. Get them comfortable. Bring them down from that space of challenge, of fight, and let somebody completely melt in your arms. And even if it's just a sexual thing, if you go in there just to get your rocks off, you should be able to tell somebody exactly what it is that you're looking for. Because it's not even fair that you put that expectation on them and you can't even articulate what it is that you want. So that one was very brief, but I felt like it was so important for me to get back to that little topic and share it with you. So this time around, it's a 2-for-1. I'm putting out 2 different videos at the same time about 2 very different things. And I hope that people kind of delve in and they start to ask questions and bring up topics, because I want this to stay juicy. I want people to have fun. I want to be able to really help somebody. And it might make a big difference on your day. So without further ado, if you enjoy what you see, please like, subscribe, comment, share it, all that good stuff, because each and every one of you that tune in, that subscribe, that share my space, time, and opportunity, you just give me a little bit more life for the day. And I appreciate it. So I hope to see you guys next time. And thanks for coming.